Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome if it's your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video today. I'm going to be giving you my 100 Season 5 Death Predictions, kind of revised. Now if that's something you're interested in, something you want to know my thoughts on, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon that way you don't miss any future videos on the 100 moving forward. Now first things first, I also want to mention that I know a lot of people don't like to mention like some of their favorite characters, or in my opinion they kind of kiss the ass of the show and don't talk anything bad about the show. However, I'm gonna talk about these characters, some of my favorites that I think should, or these are just my opinions, think could die this season. So I'm just warning you of that right away. But these are my death predictions for the upcoming season 5 of the 100. Now let's begin. First things first, we got my two honorable mentions in the form of Nyla and Jackson. Now, the reason I put these as honorable mentions is because I see these as like C, D level characters, and they just, in my opinion, don't contribute that much to the show. And in my opinion, Jackson especially is outlived as long as I thought he would in the show. And I think since we're going into a war with these Ellis prison ship survivors, I think these two could die. If, in my opinion, I'd like to see Nyla go out as a warrior fighting on the battlefield. And then for Jackson, I would like to see him go out. Maybe he's going out to the battlefield to rescue someone who's been injured but gets clipped by a villain or something like that. Maybe stabbed or just shot. I don't know, something like that. That's my death prediction for these two characters. Just honorable mentions. I think they're 50-50, but I honestly think they should go. They don't offer much to the main plot of the story and don't do much. They could develop Clark or Abby's character more, and that's one of the reasons why I think they should and could go this season, just to give a little bit more development to Abby and Clark and just push them into a more important arc in this story. Coming in first at my number 5 pick is Echo. Now, honestly, in my opinion, Echo is a character that should have died last season. I was very surprised she made it out, and I think she should have died last season. And I don't really know what they're going to do with her story. I really, really hope and hate the idea of her and Bellamy having a relationship. So I really hope that doesn't happen. I really hope they do something a little more interesting with her story, and maybe give her a redeeming death, since she's kind of been an antagonist throughout the series. I really think she could go out this season, maybe protecting Clark or Maddie or maybe Octavia, something like that. I don't know what they're going to do with her character this season, so that's kind of why I put her on my list. Again, surprised she made it out of season 4 alive, and just think she doesn't really have a purpose right now and should pretty much go out this season. I mean, yes, is it true that she just became a series regular? Yes, but don't forget Rowan had the same arc and became a series regular and then died last season. So I think it's very possible that she could die this season. And I think she should, because I don't really see much purpose for her, like I said. And I just think she's just like there, unless they do something incredible with her story this season. I think she is a character that definitely could go this season on the 100. Next, we got Raven. Now, Raven, I love Raven. However, after what happened last season, I was hoping she kind of died last season in a redeeming way where she gave her life for the rest of the group. And I kind of hope she goes this season. She's been around since season 1, and I think we're going into a war. We need some stakes in this. In my opinion, I think the show has played it safe when it comes to killing off characters. And I think Raven, being a fan favorite, is one that should go. Plus, she's only like a B-level character, and we could use a B-level character death this season. And like with Echo, I don't know where her story's going to go. Echo is a C-level character, in my opinion, possibly a B, and that's why I put her on this list. And I think with the fact that with what happened last season with her brain injury stuff, I think I was hoping for her to die, like I said, sacrificing her life. Now, going into this new season, I think what would be a good thing to do is have her get the group back down to Earth, but then die in the battle like Echo. And I think, because think about it, there's not much she can do right now. I mean, she could maybe fix up the technology, but don't forget we also have Jaha, who can do that stuff. I know a lot of people hate Jaha, but I actually like him. He's one of my fan favorites. But I think Raven could and should go this season. I think we like I said, we need stakes in this war. We need someone that we care about to die, and I think Raven could be that character that goes and but do it in like a redeeming quality and do it in like a way that like she is like a rememberable death like Finn and some of the other big characters like Lincoln. But yeah, Raven is my number 4 death. I know a lot of fans love her, and so do I. But I think she has lived a good life, and as in my opinion, as long as you have a good life on the show and good death, you're still a good character. Next, my number 3 death prediction is Murphy. Now, Murphy is probably one of my all-time fan favorites, one of my favorite characters above Bellamy and Clark. He is one of my all-time fan favorites. I love this character. However, I think it's his time, and I think he should and could go this season. And give him a death, similar to like I said with Raven and Echo, give him a death on the battlefield. Or maybe, my opinion, maybe have him be like a mole for our heroes and infiltrate their camp, say that he wants to help them, and or maybe even Emori is killed by them and he goes in and infiltrates them and tries to help the group for that direction. However, they find out that he's a mole and kill him that way. Give him a death where he's trying to redeem himself for everything he's done throughout the series, or maybe give him a death where he's trying to avenge the death of Emori. I would love both of those scenarios, and I hope they kind of play out. Murphy, even though I love him and want him to continue on the show, I think it's his time, and I want him to have a good, memorable death, and I think this could be the point where he gets that. So, Murphy, my number 3 death prediction for Season 5 of the 100. Next, my number 2 pick is Indra. Now, Indra's been around since Season 2, and I love this character. Like with Murphy, she's one of my fan favorites. However, I think it could be her time to go. She's going to be playing in from what I think is Octavia's like second in command. And I would love it if she goes out either protecting Octavia or protecting her daughter, Gaia, and dying that way. And then maybe give her, like, on her deathbed, she's dying, and give her and Gaia a memorable scene where Gaia realizes that she has to become her mother's daughter, the thing she hasn't wanted to do or doesn't want to do. And she says goodbye to her mother and decides to pick up her mother's sword and become her mother's daughter, and then just goes out and kills people all crazily and becomes the savage that her mother wants her to become, and just avenge her mother's death and something like that. I would think that would be a great, memorable scene, such an iconic scene too. I think it'd be awesome. So Indra, my number 2 death prediction for Season 5 of the 100. Now, my number 1 pick is Octavia. Now, before you go and yell at me and say you can't kill Octavia, she's one of the best, I'm going to say, for me, this is just my opinion, but I think one of the Blake siblings should not survive the series. And that's just my opinion. I'm sorry if you don't agree with me. Please don't go down and hate me in the comment section. But let me say this. We've been hearing all this time that Octavia has gone down this darker path. She's going to be darker. And from what I've read on some of the titles, now I don't know if all these titles are correct or what, but like we got the Red Queen, which is probably referring to her new title. Red maybe being blood. And then you got another title from what I've heard is like Sictus Tyramus or whatever it's called. I don't know the name of it completely, nor do I know if it's 100% true, but it translates to death to all tyrants or whatever. So I'm thinking they might try to kill Octavia this season for becoming a deadly killer. And in my opinion, that'd be pretty cool. I would love to see that play out. Again, we need stakes in this war. And Octavia is an A-level character. Some of these other characters like Indra, Murphy, Raven, they're B-level characters. And then you got Echo, who's like a C-level, and then the other ones that I mentioned were like C-level. So I think we need a big character death. We need someone big to die this season. I think Octavia could be that character. If she's become this dark character, they could try to overthrow her. I might even go into a bigger video about how I think Octavia could die this season. If you want me to do that, leave that in the comment section down below. But I think she could be the big death for this season. And I'm not saying for all of these characters on my death prediction list to die. I don't think they're going to kill all of these characters. But I think at least one of these characters should and could die this season. And that's just my opinion. And Octavia is my number one pick, just due to the fact that with all her development we've gotten, I really hope that if she does die, we get a good, memorable death, honorable death, and a good scene between her and Bellamy. And I know you're going to say that Bellamy wouldn't want to happen. It's his sister, his responsibility. But if you look at this, she's going to be becoming stronger, more ruthless. She doesn't need Bellamy around to protect her anymore either. So it could very well be Bellamy. And I think, like I said, that we need some stakes. And one of our A-level characters dying is stakes. So I think Octavia dying would be a great way to do that. But leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And please don't go down there and yell at me for putting your favorite on this list. It's just my opinions. Leave your death predictions in the comment section down below. And let me know who you think will die this season. So yeah, guys, that's my 100 Season 5 revised death predictions. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss any future videos on the 100 moving forward. This has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I will see you next time.